Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 377 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my slightly has a taste of the tism brother from my mother, Sean. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny after what we just went through. Fantastic. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, God bless you. This is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every other week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just give us a thumbs up, 5-star review, or whatever your service allows. If you really like us for some godforsaken reason, you can always go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different benefits for you people. But the most popular tier is the $5 producer tier, which lets you watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we are doing right now. If you miss a live recording, you do get it one day early on YouTube before it goes live for everybody else. And you get a bonus episode every month, which we were going to record tonight also, but we just wasted 45 minutes because of something I'm going to touch on here in a minute. But some of our patrons deserve a shout out. Just like the man with a bar named after him, our patron saint, Mr. John Tingley. Also, our affiliates, Derek Bamford, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube as well. And Mom. Also, our producers, Mr. Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Dustin Downs. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/store/2playercoop. All right. So we were supposed to start recording 45 minutes ago, but Sean could not get his microphone to work. And this would be because, like I said, he is slightly autistic, to be nice. He didn't have his microphone turned on. Show the people your microphone. Don't turn it off, for God's sakes. Please don't turn it off, but just show the light. There's the light.
I showed you this many times, and you never said, how about that power switch right there?
Because the light is blinding, and I would also assume, to be fair to you, that if the light is on, it's flicked up to on. The microphone.
That sounds like a pretty fair assumption to me. That's what got me too.
We were going into Sean. Not only that, Sean's iMac is 10, 11 years old. He's 5 OSs behind. So I'm trying to Google stuff. I feel like I'm at work doing troubleshooting, getting him to go into his Mac settings, and we're looking, all of a sudden we're taken back 10 years ago when we're trying to podcast and do it aggregate devices on a piece of crap, like regular MacBook from like 15 years ago. My God. So we were supposed to be recording 45 minutes ago. I don't know if anybody's even going to be able to join us live because we took so long to get started. But yeah, it's just because Sean didn't turn his microphone on. He was blaming his iMac. He's saying his iMac is frying everything.
Well, it is very old. My microphone is very old, but apparently everything is in fine working order after all.
Yes, the error was operator error, or as we say in the IT world, an ID10T error. Yep. Sean, we didn't podcast last week, but Super Bowl happened. The king is dead. Suck it, James. You're not even a Chiefs fan. You're just a Patrick Mahomes fan, which is actually, that's worse. The king is dead. Long live the king. Mahomes got his ass kicked. And I will say, while I did not predict it and I didn't call it, it looks like I've got wings coming out because my belt, I put it on the wall just flat this time instead of folded up, and it just looks weird behind me. Anyways, I said there's a part of me that thinks, and I said it to our family, and I said it to a couple of my friends, that there's part of me that thinks this game could turn into Bucks Chiefs from 5 years ago, whatever, 4 years ago, whatever it was, when Mahomes just got beat to death because of that defensive line and a crappy offensive line. So I didn't call it, but I love to see it. Yeah. I was very happy because it sucks for us because we're Giants fans. We're never going to be good again.
I mean, literally before the season started, if you had asked me what the worst possible Super Bowl matchup would be, it was this. That being said, I was rooting for the Eagles like I've never rooted for them, other than maybe when they played the Pats in the Super Bowl the second time. I was rooting for the Chiefs last time they played the Eagles, but I don't think I've ever been so happy to see the Eagles win as I was in this game.
No,
but I'm ready to go back to hating them now.
Oh yeah,
Glad
I hate him.
Saquon got his ring. Good for him. But yeah,
I'm very happy for Saquon. I really don't understand why any Giants fan would have been mad at him. I mean, we didn't want to sign him. We chose Daniel Jones over him for some reason. Then we cut DJ like 10 weeks into the season. And he went where, I mean, he's from that area. He went to freaking Penn State, you know, he's always been in the Northeast, and they have the best offensive line in football. And what do you know? He had potentially the best season a running back has ever had, including postseason. I'm happy for him. I'm glad Mahomes lost, but Jesus, it was so good to see Nick Wright humbled on First Things First. And if you know who Nick Wright is, you know, you know what I'm talking about.
Good news for Vikings fans. That probably means you guys are going to win the Super Bowl with Daniel Jones now. So congratulations. Because every other person that the Giants draft and then they leave, they go win a Super Bowl. So congrats to the Vikings.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? I mean, if anybody can make him work, it's Kevin O'Connell. But now there's rumors that he might go to Pittsburgh. And I was like, really? Like, you go from old ass Russell Wilson, crappy ass Justin Fields, and you're going to bring in crappy ass, and I don't mean that. I still think DJ could be a decent quarterback when he's got, you know, a team around him.
You look at, I mean, the 32 or I don't know, probably 36, 37 starters from this year. Daniel Jones is probably better than at least, not that this is saying much, but 9 or 10 of them. Like, I don't think he's garbage, but
No.
like, look at what Saquon did as soon as he got away from the Giants. Like, it's not all these players, it's the team. We suck. We're terrible. Nobody can thrive there. So I think Daniel Jones will do fine if he's, I mean, in the right situation. I don't know that Pittsburgh is that right situation.
No.
But I don't know.
It's just so this team somehow won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, beating Tom Brady both times. I have no idea how we pulled that off.
Well, it wasn't this team.
Well, I'm sorry. This laundry beat Tom Brady twice.
Yeah.
And then stupid Nick Foles had to go and beat him and just make it so it's not so special anymore. But whatever. We still beat the greatest team.
Yeah.
Also, I hate now that football's done. It's like, I don't care about any of my like Bill Simmons podcasts. He's just going to be talking about the NBA. Like all my podcasts, like the sports talk radio, it's like, I don't, a lot of people are taking last week and this week off because they're like, Dan Patrick's off, Colin Cowherd's off. Cause it's like, no, I need a vacation because what am I going to do?
Oh, I mean, I'm to the point now where I don't really care about anything. Like, love the Yankees, but I can't. There's too many games. I can't get that invested until it's playoffs.
Well,
I'm
also you got the Dodgers
with the NBA now. I'm just like go Grizzlies, but let's wait and see what happens in the playoffs. Like, yeah, I feel like in football, I feel like every game matters. Basketball, I mean, you could lose 10 in a row and still be like a 4 seed in the playoffs. Like, it just doesn't. So I don't know. I feel like football is the only thing I really care about all season long. College basketball, I don't watch college basketball anymore. I barely watch March Madness anymore. I'm just like,
no,
it's football or bust for me at this point. And even that's getting pretty tough with the Giants. If it wasn't for fantasy, I probably wouldn't watch football anymore.
At least we got Texas when we finally get Arch. But yeah, I don't. I can't even get excited for the Yankees because the Dodgers just sign everybody, like literally everybody. Anybody that's good, they get. I'm surprised they didn't get Soto on top of everybody else. Like, and I know anything can happen. A short series, who knows? But
What I will say, that doesn't that is rich coming from a Yankees fan. I will say that. Because you could say that's
You
what
act
people say
like you're
about the
not one of
Yankees.
us.
Oh, I am, but
Okay.
I'm not like, oh, the Dodgers, they just sign everybody. I mean, that's what everybody says about the
No,
Yankees.
I was
So,
talking. That's what they say about the Yankees, but it's not true. I was talking to Daniel about this. I was like, when people were mad at the Yankees, like once we started signing everybody, it was after we won those 4 and 5 years. Once we brought in the Giambis and the Musinas and all this other, it's just like we won those 4 World Series with the core four as the base of that team. Yeah, we signed Tino when Mattingly retired, but it's not like Tino was anything special. I loved him. But like the Dodgers have like 5 number 1 pitchers now. Yankees never had anything like that. The Yankees never spent $700 billion on a player, $700 million on a player. And to make it work, they're like, hey, we're just going to give you $2 million a year for 10 years. And then we'll give you $68 million a year for the next 10 years. Just so, we can make this work. Oh, and now the new star pitcher from Japan, we just signed him. Oh, wait, no, that was last year. Oh, no, wait, that was also this year. They got Yamamoto, and now they got the other guy, Ryoki Hoki, whatever his name is. Like, you cannot compare anything the Yankees have ever done to what the Dodgers are doing now. Period. I wish the Yankees
but
would
the
spend
Yankees
like that.
did that. It just never worked out for them.
Not to this level, though. It is not to this level. Nowhere near this. If we had 5 number 1s, we never would have lost. With Mariano closing, we never would have lost a World Series.
I mean, we got Giambi, we got
he never won one.
A-Rod. I know.
He didn't win one until
like,
09.
We got A-Rod, we got Matsui. Like, I mean, we had these big names, and then everybody's like, "Oh, the Yankees, of course," and then we never won anything with them. So,
well, Matsui, yeah. But again, he was. Yeah,
what's his name?
Okay.
The other Japanese guy. I mean, tail end of his career, but
Ichiro.
No, who am I thinking of?
Ichiro did play a year for us, didn't he? Or am I dreaming that? Am I losing my mind?
Maybe he is who I'm thinking of. I think he did, but I don't think that. I mean, that doesn't really count.
Are you thinking of Hideki Arabu? Remember Hideki Arabu?
Do you remember Osagi Yojimbo?
Yes, it's Usagi, but nice try. Osagi Yojimbo.
Wait, who is the Japanese guy you were just talking about?
Hideki Arabu?
No, before that.
Ichiro. I think. Are you thinking of El Duque, who's not Japanese?
No.
Okay.
I think I was thinking of Ichiro. Did he ever play for us?
I feel like he did play for us for 1 year near the end.
Yeah. 2012. No, 2012 to 2014.
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Well, that was when I had really young kids, so I wasn't paying. And the Giants were good then, so I didn't really care that much about baseball.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyways,
sports suck. I know.
Yes.
Do you have any other witty banter, Schwan?
No.
Do you want to talk about microphones?
No. I don't.
All I know is when you looked over at that thing and you're like, oh, and you're like,
I was like, oh crap! If this actually works,
you should have just lied. You should have just lied.
I'm gonna have a talking to with Kira tomorrow because that was definitely her.
Mm-hmm. But Daddy, why didn't you turn it on? Well, Daddy's stupid. Okay, we have to account for that. Oh my God! All right, Sean. I've only played one thing since we got together last. Have you played anything these last 2 weeks?
Did we talk about how I got the platinum?
That's what I couldn't remember.
I think we did, yeah, because I was trying to figure out because that's number 99.
Oh, that's right.
What's going to be 100? I haven't played any more Silent Hill. I think the only thing I've really played on PlayStation anyway is High on Life. I was gonna say Life is Strange.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's fun. It's definitely my kind of first-person shooter. it's a bit much. It's very over the top, but like I feel like some people love the game because of that. I wouldn't say I love the game, but it's fun. But it's in spite of that. Like sometimes it's funny, but like sometimes I'm just like, will you please shut up?
Now I forget. Can
Uh,
you turn the talking gun off?
you can turn it off to where it doesn't just talk just randomly, but it will still talk at like when certain things happen, there's like dialogue that's going to occur regardless. But you can turn off like the witty banter of when you're just like walking around and he's like,
When he's Aloy.
whatever.
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
I should
pretty
go
much.
over here.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I don't know. I'll probably finish it. It seems like a doable platinum. I don't know that I want that to be my number 100, but I don't know what else. At some point, I need to go back and finish uh
Dominus.
Dominus.
That
That
would be
could
a
be a
good
good
one for number
100, but
100. Yeah.
yeah, but I still need to finish the bonus mode of the second game and then beat the third game twice. Like I got a lot to do in that still, and I'm just kind of I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of burnt out on it even though I haven't played it in months. Maybe once I actually sat down and tried it again, it would suck me back in, but I don't know. I'm just kind of in a weird spot right now. Like nothing is hooking me, but yeah. That's all I've played.
That's how I've been too. I mean, so I got the platinum in Ender Lilies. No, Ender Magnolia. I don't know why I said Magnolia. I got the platinum Ender Magnolia. This game is fantastic. It's really good. I ended up finding this guy on YouTube, the Metroidvania guru, and obviously he reviews like his whole channel's about Metroidvanias, if you couldn't guess. His favorite game ever, at least his favorite Metroidvania ever, was Ender Lilies. And so he had his, hopes as high as they could be for this. And after every one he reviews, he's got like an ongoing, tier list thing from the tier website. And so he didn't say that this is his new favorite, but he did say he considers it like an S tier Metroidvania. And I don't know if I feel that way, but because again, it's been I just platinumed it, but it's really good. I definitely like it better than I think it's better than Prince of Persia was last year. It's probably better than
See, I don't even
Bloodstain
know. I think S tier is reserved for Hollow Knight,
Symphony.
Symphony, and probably Bloodstained. I would be hard pressed to put anything else in S tier, but I would say it's an A tier for sure.
I mean, it's my game of the year for sure because it's all that I've played new this year. And I have been, like I was saying, I'm kind of in that kind of mindset where you are, where I'm like, I don't know what to play.
But also, there's so much coming this year that I'm
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
like I wish I could get some of that now. Like right now, I feel like I have nothing to play, and then before you know it, I'm gonna have like 10 games to play.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, we're definitely going to talk about some of them here in a little bit. But I wonder if, like, subconsciously, not unconsciously, please don't say that, people, because that's dumb. Subconsciously, I wonder if I'm just like, you got to just mentally prepare for what's coming this year between GTA and Death Stranding and Metal Gear and Doom and like on and on and on.
So what I will say, not to get too far ahead of us, but when I was watching the state of play, there was a lot of stuff that I'm like, that looks pretty cool. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, interesting. I like that. And I don't know that I'll play any of them. I mean, some of them I will, but there's so many games that I'm like, and I don't think it's viable, but hats off to Xbox with Game Pass because if PlayStation had Game Pass and I could just play all these things without having to give any further investment to play it, I probably would play 10, 12 of these games that were announced. But looking at this, I'm like, it looks cool, but am I actually going to play it? Maybe if it comes to PS Plus next year or something, but that's kind of how I'm at. It's like where I'm at with a lot of these games. I'm like, looks cool, but I'm probably not going to play it. And I don't know. It's a crappy feeling, but
Yeah. What else, what haven't I said about Ender Magnolia? Um, I like that it's got the two endings. There's some stuff that happens. Nobody really knows. I was texting Sean about this, but it seems like a character might be a character from the first game, but nobody really knows for sure. The creator hasn't said or anything.
Nobody does.
Nobody knows. Um, it is so much fun to move around that game, especially once you finally got all your power ups. It's so much fun just to move across and to try to figure out. Again, I love the map. I love that if you've got everything in a big area of it or whatever, you can see where the outlines are and stuff. It'll turn it blue. Some of the things to get everything, it's not just like, oh, okay, I just go up here and then I do a double jump and then okay, boom. No, it's like you got to like there's a wall going up like this and you have to get something that's up here. But down here is water. So you can't just do your go up power up from there. You have to go as far over towards the water as you can. Use your go up power up, smash into the wall that's on a diagonal, ride it up as much as you can, and then do your circle attack, which goes, and he does a dash attack, or she does a dash attack. And then after that's done, then you do a double jump and you can finally get up there and get the thing. Like it was fun to figure that stuff out. And again, I don't know if I was doing stuff the right way or if it was more like, Tears of the Kingdom, Echoes of Wisdom kind of a thing, but it was really fun. That final boss, even with dropping the difficulty down, holy crap. When you fight him for the true ending, that was nuts. He's got that one attack. It's not that giant sword attack that takes up literally the entire screen. Well, not literally. It's figuratively the entire screen. Like there's a gap if you can kind of tell when it's coming, but if you aren't on the other side of the screen, you have to dodge at the perfect time or you're probably going to be dead. It just takes away like 60% of your life or something. That fight was awesome. I love your little buddies and everything. I don't know that I'm going to go back and play Ender Lilies because I'm just like, it seems like it's
You need a break.
Well, and it seems like the consensus is that it's harder than this, and I don't think it has difficulty options until you get to New Game Plus. So I don't want
See,
to.
that's not my memory.
No,
I may just be wrong, but I don't remember playing that game and being like, okay, this is way too hard. Like, I don't know that I could have beaten this game on normal.
yeah,
Like, the difficulty spikes were insane. And I'm sure there were like tough bosses in the first one, but like, I can't imagine it's harder than this game and doesn't have. I don't know. I just don't think I could have beaten it because I don't think I could have beaten this game. I mean, all these bosses, it's like, okay, if you played enough, you learn the patterns and whatever. Like, I'm sure I could beat it, but like some of those bosses, I just wanted nothing to do with. But
that underwater the ones that stick out to me, obviously the final boss, but that underwater boss was just kicking my ass. And then
yeah,
those giant robot things where they take up the whole screen and they like dash to one side and then they dash to the other and man, they were kicking my butt. But it's a really good game. It's a really good game. It would be definitely in my top 10 Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
Were we to go back and rank that, but it's really good. I don't know what I'm going to play. I haven't played anything. Also, we had friends in town visiting and stuff, so it wasn't really a good time to go and play something anyways. But Split Fiction's out in a couple weeks. Are we going to play through that on the channel? Because I think the answer is yes.
I'm down. Yeah.
Okay.
I never got the full It Takes Two experience because I was trying to play
Sorry,
with
Brittany.
and it did not go well. But I mean, it seemed fun. Like, I feel like I'm a sucker for all those games where you're like shrunk down,
Yeah.
like how that game was, or like Micro Machines or Monster in My Pocket. Like, there's something about being like a little thing and seeing
Minish Cap.
everything in like a different perspective. Minish Cap, yeah. I never played that. Grounded. I wanted to play that. Like, I love all those games. Now that's not what this is, but I think I would have loved It Takes Two if I had a better video game partner.
Right.
But no, I definitely want to play this.
Okay.
And we haven't done a Let's Play in a while. So
I know. I think it'd be fun to play through it on the channel. I'm really excited.
Splitgate Sundays.
Split Fiction. Splitgate is a different game.
I was looking.
That's a Ubisoft battle royale game, but sure, we could do that if you want, I guess. Splitgate Sundays, damn it. Oh god. All right, with that being said, let's get to the news of the week. Let's get to the state of the play. The state of the play.
The state of the play.
The state of the play. Last week was busy, so we didn't get to record right after it. Oh god, I'm sorry. Overall thoughts before we get into it. What did you think of it, Sean?
I thought it was fine. I think for a state of play, it was pretty good. It was probably better. I don't know when the last time we had a showcase was, but
over a year, I think.
For a state of play, it was better than they usually are. But again, I'm not entirely sure, despite how cool some of the games looked, I'm not sure how many of them I'll actually play. But they look cool. I don't know. It wasn't all the same
anime bullshit.
Yes, exactly. So,
I don't know. I thought it was really good. I think anybody that was out there saying that like this show,
I would give it a B minus.
Yeah, I think it's a solid B for me. I think if you think that this show sucked, your expectations are just way out of whack. Like at this point, we've had enough state of plays that you should know if you get anything that you haven't seen before that you're like, oh shit, that's cool. That's pretty much a good show. Like this is not a showcase. This is not an E3 thing. I think there was, I mean, we'll go through it, but there's definitely like 5 or 6 games that were shown here that I think I'm definitely going to play. Some out this year, some not. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I don't think it was the best one ever. But I do think as far as state of plays go, I thought it was really, really good. Really good.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. They start off with the stupidest thing that they could have started with. And I've said this at every showcase, every video game awards, every state of play, everything. I am so sick of seeing Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't want to see it anymore. I am done. I am over it. Just get out. Just come out, get your 90% on Metacritic, and let's move on with our lives. This stupid game.
So this game is still not out.
No, it's out.
But they're
a few
already
weeks.
talking about a DLC coming.
Yes,
that's when I was so confused. I'm like, wait, did this game finally come out and I just missed it? Because they're already talking about, hey, DLC coming. I'm like, just release the game.
And some people are saying, well, that's a good sign if they're already talking about, the free DLC coming. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a Monster Hunter game. I assume it's going to be good. Like, but I cannot believe that it has just been overwhelming. Like, even if this was like, if Death Stranding 2 was being shown at every showcase, I would be like, okay, man, I've seen enough. Like, I don't want to see anymore. You're going to ruin something.
Yeah.
Kojima, the first game, he's ended up spoiling so much in those trailers. We didn't realize it at the time, but like, it's too much. If you're excited, I'm happy for you. It's like Capcom's best-selling series ever. Cool. I'm just over it. I want to move on. First game that I want to play and I'm going to play, and we should play here on the channel. This caught me by surprise. At first, I thought I was watching Ninja Gaiden Revengeance, whatever it's called. Shinobi Art of Vengeance was revealed, and it's out this year, August 29th, being developed by Lizard Cube. Why does that name sound familiar? Well, that's because they've worked with Sega before on the damn near perfect beat 'em up that was Streets of Rage 4. Holy shit, this looks awesome. Sean.
So when I first saw this, my jaw, well, I wouldn't say my jaw dropped, but I was very excited and still am, but I was very, very excited because at first I'm like, is this also a Metroidvania? And I don't think it is. I think it's more old school Shinobi.
Yep.
That being said, it still does look fun. But I'm like, if we had a Shinobi Metroidvania and a Ninja Gaiden Metroidvania, or yeah, Ninja Gaiden Metroidvania, then like, holy crap. Yeah, if it's the Streets of Rage 4 people, I have all the faith in the world. Looks awesome. This is definitely one that I will be playing. And yeah, it could be a fun one to play through on the channel.
Yeah, but now I said that I'm like,
I
well,
don't know.
wait
I
a
don't think it's
minute.
co-op.
Yeah, I was just, as I'm saying that, I'm like, wait a minute. Shinobi's a one-player game, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be. It's not Ryu Hayabusa. That's Ninja Gaiden, but I can't remember what Shinobi's name is.
Ken.
Yeah, of course. But it's obviously Sega trust Lizard Cube after what they did with Streets of Rage 4. Give them every old franchise. I don't even care. Like Streets of Rage 4 was done so perfectly. This obviously Shinobi is not a beat 'em up. It's an arcade action game, whatever you want to call it, but it looks fantastic and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so psyched for this. You got to think that when the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound got announced, that was the Game Awards. Yeah, it must have been the Game Awards. When that got announced at the Game Awards, Sega must have been like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Really? Really?
Yeah.
But I think this looks awesome. So that's the first game I definitely want to play. Next up, a game I don't think I really care about playing. Have you played any Sonic racing games ever?
No, and I don't understand. Isn't Sonic probably going to go slower in a car than he could on foot? Like, why is everybody driving cars? I never thought it made sense.
That is a good question. Well, the answer is because Nintendo made a racer, so Sega had to make a racer.
Well, yeah.
But a network test is coming here in a couple of days on February 21st. It looks cool. I could not care less about this.
No.
Speaking of could not care less, Digimon Story Time Stranger is coming out this year. What the fuck is this? Why are we doing Digimon games? Digimon is still a thing. I did not know that. I don't even know what Digimon is to be for real. Like, is it like Pokemon? Are you capturing monsters? Yeah. Digital monsters? I know Digimon
is Pocket Monsters.
This is digital monsters.
Is digital monsters. What I don't know, was there ever a Is this the first Digimon game? Was it always just a cartoon? Okay, no. There have been other games.
I think there's been like 153.
I would assume, but I'm like thinking back, I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're all Pokemon games. I don't remember. I mean, I never cared about it, but I couldn't think of a Digimon game. I'm like, maybe it was always just a cartoon. But yeah, either way, don't care.
Either way, I'm out. I'm Kramer. I'm out. Next up, second game. I think I'm definitely going to play here. Now, it all depends with these release dates. I want to play this at some point this year. I do think it's weird. So, Lost Soul aside, got another trailer. This is one of the two China Hero Project games. I think I could be wrong, but I think this was one of the China Hero Project games.
Yeah.
This has been shown before. This has a release date of May 30th. This, along with another game we're going to talk about later, looks like it's almost like how Stellar Blade, like people originally were like, oh, it's a Soulsborne, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, no, actually,
they say that about everything now.
That's what I'm saying. I think
this is more in the vein of like, yeah, I think Stellar Blade or maybe even
God of War.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, probably closer to that. I was going to say like Jedi, but those are probably closer to actual Soulsborne games than this is. But yeah, now it's like every third person game where you just, I don't know, like not everything is a Soulsborne game, but it does look good.
Yeah, it looks like just straight up old school action. The main character, we see them flying in this. At some point, they create like a Silver Surfer surfboard thing. They're going through the air, and then they make like a freaking tunnel or something. And then they've got a giant sword. I'm like, this just looks super fun. I wish we got more gameplay.
And this is one of those games that I'm like, it looks cool, but I don't know that I'm going to play it. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Black Myth Wukong. And that game, people seem to love it. And I'm just like, yeah, it does look good, but I don't know. It never struck a chord with me enough to actually want to go and get it. And I'm wondering if that's how this will be too. I don't know. I mean, like if it reviews super well, maybe I pick it up, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's all going to depend what else is coming out around it at the end of May. There's a game we're not going to talk about in State of Play, but we'll talk about it in the wrap up. Spoiler alert, it's Death Stranding 2. I think that Death Stranding might actually have a chance to be coming out around that time. So, I mean, who knows? But it looks really cool. Next up, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza got another trailer. There's a demo out now. And yeah, these games are just wacky, stupid, fun, and I'm happy for them. I don't care about it, but
No.
It's going to be good. People are going to love it, and I'm happy for them. So there's that. Dave the Diver just won't go away. Now it's getting Ichiban Holiday content pack. Ichiban is somebody from the Like a Dragon series, I believe. I don't understand. Also, in this trailer they showed, it's got like they completely copied Streets of Rage 2 at one point. They're just doing a beat 'em up with like they've literally got the Streets of Rage 2 like life bars at the top. Like I love it, but also I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I mean,
when you listen back to this podcast, I want you to rewind a little bit.
What did I say?
I mean, it sounded like you said all of a sudden there's like this beat them up section instead of beat them up is like beat them up. I just thought it was funny.
You have to beat them up. But it is Sega. Sega does Yakuza. Sega obviously does Streets of Rage, so it's fine. It's in world, but it was just weird. I don't care about Dave the Diver. Splitgate 2, as Sean was alluding to earlier. The alpha is coming February 27th. So I believe this is Ubisoft's Battle Royale game. I feel like the first one didn't do that great, and it kind of got shut down pretty quickly, so I'm shocked we're even getting Splitgate 2. But I don't know. We'll see.
Next, the things they choose to keep alive and the things they choose to kill off will never cease to amaze me.
My two favorite Ubisoft games of the last 4 years, Immortals and Prince of Persia, they killed.
Yep.
Borderlands 4 was up next. Got a release date, September 23rd. A Borderlands State of Play is coming later this spring. Now, Take-Two owns Rockstar. Take-Two owns Gearbox. Borderlands is out in September. So I think they're saying GTA is not coming out in September. Or at least not, yeah. I think
I'm not convinced we're getting that game this year.
They said again,
but like
I'm going to get through the wrap up before we even get to it. But
I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't know.
I think
I'm not getting my hopes up.
I think at this point, the amount of money they've got riding on it and all the investors and all that, like, I don't think they would be this confident in saying it's coming this year if it wasn't coming this year. Also, there's been rumors that they've been reaching out to some content creators behind the scenes that there might be some kind of like user created content in GTA 6, kind of like Roblox or Fortnite or GTA Online. Because didn't GTA Online, you could make your own, you could like create races and you could create death matches and stuff like that. So I don't know, but
but I don't think it was very user friendly.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of that stuff where you're doing it with a controller is going to be very user friendly.
No, that's why Mario Maker was so perfect. I will say I've never played a Borderlands game. This looks cool. I think the art style, it's the same as Borderlands has always been.
One of them. Yeah. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but there's one that I'm like, okay, everybody loves this game. It looks at the time, I'm like, this looks different. You don't see anything else that looks like this out there. And I got into it for a little bit, but after like an hour or two, I was just, it almost felt like Cyberpunk in a way where I'm just like, there's just too much. When you've got like 17 different ways you can like level up. You can level up yourself or your weapon or your armor or your this or your that. And there's all these different, like, I just got so overwhelmed with all the different like menus, and you got to go here to be able to upgrade this. You got to go here to upgrade this. And just all that stuff. It was just too overwhelming for me, and I think I just lost interest. But I don't know.
This looks like it's more, I don't know what the word would be, kinetic, I guess, compared to the other Borderlands games. Like the one thing that really stuck out to me was near the end of the trailer when they like are jumping over this enemy. They like flip over them and they're going in slow motion. And then they like throw a grenade at him or something, and then they blow it up. I'm like, this just looks insane. Um, I don't think I'm gonna play it. It does look pretty cool though. As we already said, Split Fiction got another trailer. I actually didn't even watch this because I don't need to see it. I'm out. I mean, I'm in. Whoops. I'm in. This is game number 3. I definitely think I'm going to play. Well, we're definitely going to play this. Unless somehow this gets like a 7, like a below a 70 on Metacritic, which I can't see because it seems like every game that Hazelight makes is at a minimum good, if not great. So I'm so excited for this. I love the idea of it all between the fantasy book and the sci-fi book, and you go back and forth between the worlds. I just think this is so friggin' cool, and I'm excited for it. Directive 8020 was up next. I wrote that this was revealed. I don't know if this has ever been shown before, but it's out October 2nd. It's the next Dark Pictures anthology game. Some sci-fi, horror, choose your own adventure, whatever bullshit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't. Speaking of I can't, next up was Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. Why? Why is this still a thing? It's out June 13th. I don't know why it is, but it is. Next up, and I didn't write anything down for this, so now I can't even remember what it was. The Midnight Walk was out next.
It doesn't sound familiar.
This was the game that looks like, oh yeah, this is the one that it's out May 8th. This is the one that looks like it looks like it's freaking what's it called? God almighty, what the hell is it called? It looks like it's like a Tim Burton ass game. Like if Tim Burton were to make a game, it's this.
Yeah.
I think it looks super cool. I don't really understand it. Yeah, you're oh, that's right. And it's the stop motion like animation and stuff. Yeah, this art is bananas looking. But it's first person. I guess there's combat and stuff. This is one I'm very, very interested in. I don't know that I'd ever heard of it before this. I think this is also coming to PSVR 2. I didn't write that down, but I'm pretty sure it is. This game looks wild as hell. And I'm definitely interested. I don't know that I'm in, but what did you think, Sean?
It's another one that looked kind of cool, but I don't see myself paying for it.
Yeah.
If it was on PS Plus, yeah, I'd probably check it out, but looks cool though.
Next up, we got Darwin's Paradox. This game looks really good. This is a game where you play as an octopus trying to escape from a food factory. And just that concept alone is amazing. I guess it's like a puzzle platformer. It seems like it might be kind of a Metroidvania. Also, I'm not sure. This is so like I said, you're an octopus, so you can climb on walls, you can stick to stuff. You can camouflage yourself to hide from enemies. You can shoot ink. Like I remember there's one point where like he's trying to avoid a spotlight or something, so he shoots ink out and it like kind of blocks the light so you can see that you can walk under the light without getting spotted. I don't know that there's any combat in this game or if it's just all about, avoidance.
I don't think there is.
This doesn't make sense, but in a way it kind of reminds me a little tiny bit of Animal Well. I don't know. People were making comparisons to Limbo and everything. I still have not played Limbo. I don't know why. But what did you think about Darwin's Paradox? Darwin is the octopus, I guess. I don't know what his paradox is.
Yeah. I like it. It's an interesting concept. It did look fun. This is one. This may be somewhat higher than some of these other games. Like, this is like a $20 game, $30 maybe. Like, there's a better chance of me playing this than some of these other games that are probably $40 or $50, let alone 60 or 70. So if it's a little bit on the cheaper side, I could see checking it out. It's different for sure.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it has a price yet. Coming out this year, that's all we know. By the way, the publisher for this, not the developer, but the publisher, Konami. So again, it's good to see them getting involved with video games again. I mean, it's very encouraging to see them coming back. I'm over what they did to Hideo. We should all move on. I'm glad they're back. Sorry, they were a huge part of our childhood. So even if they're just publishing games, they're not making a lot of them themselves. It's good to see their name back, showing some good shit. That makes me happy. Warriors Abyss was announced and it is out now. So this is a Dynasty Warriors spinoff that looks roguelite spinoff. It looks like it's trying to be Hades, not Heydays. Hades. Developed by Koei Tecmo. Shadow drop during this state of play. I've learned that I'm not really the roguelite kind of dude. It has to be a very specific game like Hades to get me to really like take the leap and go all in. This didn't really do anything for me. I've also never played any of the Dynasty Warrior games, so that might be why.
They've never interested me at all. It's just, I would be more likely to play this, honestly, than any of the regular Dynasty Warrior games. But yeah, I'm probably out on this one.
1 versus 1,000, all this, all the Muso games, they never really did it for me. Yeah. The only one I did kind of like, I got the demo for the Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only one that I didn't even care about that. I'm like, if ever there was one that would have hooked me, it was that, and I still didn't care.
Yeah, I was interested in the story part of it because it's a prequel to Breath of the Wild and what brought about the calamity and all that, but it wasn't like, it wasn't enough to keep me going. I mean, the demo, I feel like I played the demo. It was definitely a big demo. I feel like I played it for a couple hours and I was like, okay, yeah, I've got my fill. There's lots of enemies. I have to kill them and then I have to do it again and again and again. Next up, Onimusha 2 Remastered, coming out May 23rd. I believe they had already said this was coming, but now we know it's coming out May 23rd. Then we got another trailer. This one was pretty much focused on gameplay for Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is coming out next year, 2026. This game, I wrote down, it looks insane. I have not played Onimusha before. I know people are freaking stoked that it's coming back. I think in my mind, speaking of Dynasty Warriors, I thought the Onimusha games were like Dynasty Warriors games.
That's kind of how I thought of it, but I don't think it is at all.
No. They said their focus with the new one is going to be on compelling characters, including the new protagonist, the setting of the game being Kyoto, and quote unquote ultimate sword fighting action. This game's got humor. This game, you see dude pick up like a table and just kick it at a bunch of enemies and he's cracking jokes and shit. And then he's got the whole thing like when you kill somebody, the gauntlet thing that he's got. I know this was a thing in the other games, but again, I have not played them. The gauntlet thing like sucks up their soul or something. And I think that's how you upgrade whatever. This game looks dope. And I'm glad it's not coming out this year. I will say that. I don't know. Because I think Onimusha 1 Remastered came out not that long ago, I think. So I don't know that I'm going to play 1 or 2. I kind of want to go back and check it out. Onimusha Remastered Warlords, classic take on this. No, that's not it. Onimusha PS4. Onimusha. Capcom Onimusha Warlords. I guess maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, it's out on PS4. Maybe I'll play it. I don't know. Yeah, that looks like that's the remaster. Anyways, I'm mumbling and not really making any sense. What did you think about the new trailer for Onimusha 2026? Whatever it's called.
It it looks sweet. I want to be in on it, but I also just don't really know much about these games, but it seems kind of what do you call it? Ghost of
Yeah.
Tsushima like. Um and I loved that game. So I don't know. This is probably a wait and see kind of game, but it looks it looks fun for sure.
And I like the fantasy elements and all the crazy shit that's in it. It just looks awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so it looks like they're also going to put out so Animosha 2. So we said that's coming out in May. It seems like I thought I just read on PSN there's going to be like a bundle pack with Animusha 1 and the 2 remaster. So we'll see. I don't know. I've said Animusha way too many times. I don't know if it's Ani or Oni, but that's that. Macaroni. I don't know what I'm saying. Next up, Metal Gear Solid Triangle got a release date trailer, which we already knew, and it is confirmed to be August 28th. Uh, Snake versus Monkey, it was confirmed, is coming to PS5 and PC. Xbox, however, is getting some kind of, and I don't think they ever revealed this. If they did, I missed it. But they're teasing that it's going to be Snake versus Bomberman instead of Snake versus Monkey, which I kind of actually like that idea better, but we'll see. I cannot wait to see what the trophies are going to be for this, because the trophies in the Master Collection Volume 1 are mostly all the trophies from the PS3 version of the, MGS3 HD are there, but they also added trophies for like beating it on European Extreme with no alerts or something, and one other ridiculous thing that I can't remember what it is. So I never went for the platinum on that. I hope this is, no matter what the platinum is, I think I have to get the platinum on this game. I've got something fun that I thought of for the release of this game in my mind. I just got to put it together for the channel. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm not going to say what that is, but we'll see if I can pull it off. I think I can. They also revealed the digital deluxe edition for the game. You get like 10 different camos and sunglasses and all this stuff. Also, you get to play the game 2 days early. Now I'm in a pickle, Sean. It's juicy because I pre-ordered the collector's edition from Best Buy. I got an update from Best Buy. Hey, you can pick it up August 28th at the store. Cool. Thanks, Best Buy. However, there's a digital deluxe edition for $10 more that I can play 2 days early for my favorite game of all time, getting a 1-to-1 remake with absolutely beautiful everything. I cannot believe I'm saying this.
I think you should get both.
I'm getting both. I'm pretty sure I did pre-order it. I pre-ordered it on the PSN so I can play it 2 days early. Now, I did look up before I did that, because you better believe I'm going to try to get a review code from Konami for this. I'm guessing that will not happen. But you can cancel pre-orders. I've never tried to cancel a pre-order on PlayStation, but you can. So at least there's that. I mean, there's really nothing new here. We had already seen the release date and everything. I hope that Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't come out like a week after this or a week before or anything like that, because I'm going to have to stop everything I'm doing to play this.
Yeah.
I really hope Kojima wasn't waiting to see this release date for him to put out the release date. I swear to God, somebody, I think it was Derek in the Discord, was joking like, oh, that's maybe that's when they'll put out Death Stranding 2. If Kojima is that petty, first off, I love it, but also please don't do that to your fans. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
I assume you're going to play Metal Gear Solid Triangle Snake Eater, right?
Yes, but I can pretty much already guarantee I'm not going to get the platinum because I feel like it's just going to be insane. So that might be what's the word? Kind of just a relief to just
Yeah.
play a game and just enjoy it and not
Yeah.
have to worry about the platinum. And just so I don't know. Now, if I see the trophy list and it looks doable, then I'll probably feel obligated to get it. But I feel like it's going to have an insane trophy list.
Yeah, like I said though, if they copy the trophy list from the collection volume 1, that's going to suck. It's going to suck bad. But if they do the PS3 trophies, if it's close to that, I'm getting that. I'm getting that platinum because I got it on PS3. I still need to go back and get it on Vita. I started down that path, but I never finished it.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Hell Is Us. I don't know that we've ever seen this before. It's out September 4th. This is one that's interesting to me. But again, it's a few days after Metal Gear, so not really coming out at a great time. It's described as a third-person post-apocalyptic sci-fi action adventure game. That sounds like it was AI generated to just use every,
Every buzzword you can think of.
Buzzword, yeah, not catchphrase. That's what I was trying to say. We don't see a lot other than it looks. I just wrote that it looks super trippy. That you see this guy walking around and he's got this, his flying drone buddy with him, and then he's got a lightsaber apparently.
Yeah.
This game looks cool. I don't know if I'm in or out, but Sean, what did you think about Hell Is Us?
I feel like I'm probably out on it. Like it looks cool, but I feel like by that time of the year, we're gonna have a lot of other stuff to play. I'm probably out.
It looks cool. It's going to be a wait and see for me, I think, but I'm definitely interested, if nothing else. One thing I'm not interested in, but you might be, but probably not. Liza P. We got a trailer for the upcoming DLC. It's called Overture. It is out summer 2025. This game came out 2 years ago. In my mind, it came out last year, but this was a 2023 game. Did you get the platinum? I forget, or did you just beat it? You did.
I got it, and it was very stressful. For a second, when they first started showing it, I thought maybe it was Lies of P2. I loved that game. I don't think I have the DLC in me.
Yeah.
But I will be all over Lies of P2 when it happens.
Lies of D, maybe it'll be, right?
Maybe.
Next up, Dreams of Another was revealed. So this is the next Pixel Junk game. This is out this summer. Or no, sorry, not out this summer, just out sometime this year. This is the game where you're like in a dream world. Instead of shooting enemies, you're shooting.
You like shoot guns to make things come to life. That just seems like such a, I don't know. I couldn't care less.
I'm not there, but I'm interested. But it's like, yeah, it's cool to make games where your objective isn't just to kill things. Like Animal Well was a game unlike anything I'd ever played.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, give somebody like an AK, but you have to use it to shoot. Yeah, to make a door appear. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, give them like a wand or something. Like, why am I shooting a gun to make a door? Just none of it makes sense. I don't know.
This is a game I think that could definitely use a demo. If they put out a demo, I'll definitely try it, but we'll see. Next up, Days Gone Remastered was finally revealed. It's out April 25th. It is a $10 upgrade if you own the game on PS4. There is new content coming to it, including permadeath mode, speedrun mode, and the Horde Assault mode. Now, what I don't know, and I don't have the energy to Google this, so maybe somebody can say in the comments, or you might know, you might have looked it up. I don't know if you've got the PS4 version from PS Plus, because I think this was part of the PS Plus collection when we got our PS5s.
Well, didn't they do that with something, Last of Us maybe, or something, where they were like, if you bought it, you can upgrade for cheap, but you have to have bought it. It doesn't count to have it through PS Plus.
Was it
I feel
Horizon,
like they did
maybe?
that before.
With the remaster? They definitely did do it with something.
Yeah.
I will say I do care. This is a game I think I would like to try out. Although
I tried it. It wasn't for
me.
you
did? Okay, I didn't remember.
But I know, I mean, a lot of people love it. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. It does already have a PS5 patch, which makes this remastering kind of weird. It just came out 5 years ago,
Yeah.
It's actually newer than Horizon Zero Dawn, and we all bitched about that getting a remaster or remake, whatever they ended up calling it. I don't even remember at this point, but I don't know. We'll see. Then they announced PS Plus Extra is getting some day one games. Blueprints coming in summer 2025. Abiotic Factor summer 2025. I can't remember what this is, but I remember seeing it on the stream and I was like, this looks freaking dope. Do you remember what this was?
I don't remember what either of them are.
Abiotic Factor, survival game, survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players. Let's see what this trailer looks like here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember looking at this. I thought it looked good. Okay, it's first person. Okay. First person action game. Kind of looks like a weird art style. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I thought it looked cool. Wait, this is Abiotic. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Is this the same game that's on Steam? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked cool, but maybe, yeah, it's coming to PS5. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess I thought it looked cool. Now I'm going back and watching it. And maybe I was just, I don't know, out of my mind. So, anyways, there's that. Or maybe it was Blueprints. I'm not going to bother to look that up now, though. Anyways.
Oh, I get it.
What?
That went right over my head before. Blueprints.
Okay,
so it's not just me.
No, but I mean, I do know how to turn on a microphone.
I didn't get it until I heard you say it. Well, yeah.
Blueprints. Yeah, that's weird. Blueprints. Now I want to look up what this is. Now that I know that it's Blueprints. Okay, this is a first person, like detective kind of game.
There's blueprints all over the. I don't think I saw this because that would have been obvious that that's why they call it blueprints. Now I feel like an idiot for saying I didn't get it because if you actually watch it, it's obvious.
Yeah,
I don't think I watched it before.
This art style is really cool.
I like the art style.
Kind of cell shaded, not shell shaded. Look, yeah, okay, I do remember this. Okay, that does look cool. Next up, this is a game that I am. Oops, no, wait, yeah, okay. This is a game. Other than the final game that was shown, I think this was my game of the show, and that's Tides of Annihilation. I wrote down, holy shit, I am in. So this, similar to the one we talked about earlier, which now I can't remember the name of it, and I don't want to scroll up. This looks like it's a straight up old school PS2 action, God of War, Devil May Cry kind of game. It looks awesome. They say that it combines, quote, intense breakneck combat, immersive narrative, and an unforgettable setting, end quote. It's set in modern London that's been taken over by some demon things or something. Also, there are some bosses that are going to be the size of skyscrapers. Your main character, Gwendolyn, can call in the Knights of the Round Table to help her. Are you kidding me? Let's freaking go. Do
you know who created the Round Table?
You can't steal my joke, Circumference. They ended up doing a 12, 15-minute gameplay trailer later that week, and it looks freaking awesome. I am, like I said, other than the big reveal at the end, I am so in on this game. I think it looks awesome. Sean, what did you think of Tides of Annihilation?
It looks cool, but I think this is a game I would have more fun watching somebody like. It's weird. I don't have much interest in playing it, but it looks awesome. Like it looks very Doctor Strangey. Like all the buildings like morphing. Like it looks unreal. Like it's like Doctor Strange or Inception or something in a video game. Like that just looks awesome. But the gameplay just looks very. I'm not going to say boring because it's not boring, but it looks just very. I never had into like the just like hack and slash, like square, 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 X, square, square, square. It just, I don't know.
But even God of War, you mean?
I liked God of War. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in on it, but it looks beautiful. It looks like one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Like,
yeah,
but I feel like I just want to watch somebody play it more than I actually want to play it, if that makes sense.
Well, I think you're going to be able to watch me play it if you so choose, because I am 100%. And we didn't get a date. We didn't even get a year, but this looks like it's super far along, judging by the fact that they were confident enough in it to put, like I said, a 12-minute gameplay trailer out there that's just straight up gameplay. It's weird that they didn't say that this is 2025, so I guess it might not be coming out till next year. But there's something about this that just makes me think of the PS2, like you said, the old school hack and slash games that I'm all in on. Metal Eden, I wrote revealed, but I don't know if this was the reveal. It's the first time I remember seeing it. It's out May 6th. This is described by the developer as an adrenaline rush sci-fi first-person shooter. This is the game where you can do wall running and parkour and all this stuff. It looks cool. I don't know that I'm going to play it, but it does look cool. Any thoughts on Metal Eden, Sean?
It looks like a generic first-person shooter to me.
Yeah. They ended this with two big ones. So next up was Leslie Benzie's game, Mind's Eye. It's out this summer. That shocked me. Now, if you don't know who Leslie Benzie is, he was a longtime producer of GTA. He was instrumental in GTA and Rockstar, like the Housers for the writing and everything. Leslie was there for a lot of the GTA stuff. He left, I think, in 2014 after 5 came out, and made his own studio. He's all I can remember them talking about with this weird nebulous game called Everywhere, which is like a game platform, and I think we've seen it once or twice. I don't know that I ever remember seeing Mind's Eye before, but watching this trailer, I was like, this is a GTA game with sci-fi stuff. So it's described as a story-driven action-adventure thriller set in a fictional near-future Americana with best-in-class cinematics, high-octane driving, and explosive combat. He's describing GTA. That last quote there. The Mind's Eye, it's a neural implant that was implanted in the protagonist's head. I think this game looks awesome. It's weird it's coming out the same year as GTA 6 because we already have it, George. But there's something about this game where I'm like, this looks dope. Like it's something, just watching how the car moves, it looks like a GTA game, which makes sense because it's from Leslie Benzie's. But Sean, what did you think about Mind's Eye?
It definitely looks cool. I hope it's more GTA than the one I mentioned earlier, Cyberpunk. I hope it's a little bit more. Cyberpunk just had too much going on.
More straightforward.
If this is closer to GTA, just with some sci-fi elements, like, yeah, I'm in. And yeah, you can. It just looks like GTA. I don't know. If this comes out, I feel like if it comes out after GTA,
it's dead in the water.
Going to be like a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
If it does come out before, it could be cool, but I also feel like I'm just going to be like, well, this is cool, but when is GTA coming?
Yeah.
It seems like a terrible time for it to come out, but it does look good.
I agree. I think it looks really good. So we'll see. But then again, and just with this last game alone, I don't know how anybody can say this thing sucked. Because we get a new trailer. We get a trailer for a new game. All of a sudden we see Raul Coley stand up, and I was like, is that Raul? Yeah, it is. Now that's the only thing about this where I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'm just gonna be playing as Raul. Like, he was big, but like kind of funny and stuff back in the day. And I know he's an actor and stuff, but I don't know. When they first started showing this, I was like, oh, they're doing more Helldivers DLC. Okay, cool. And because he stands up and you see the armor, and it kind of looks like the Helldivers armor without, the helmet on or anything like that. Then that's when I realized it's Raul, and I was like, okay. And he's looking around, and there's this giant world and everything. But then it's not until they zoom in obviously, I hope you would agree with me. The coolest part of the trailer is when I think they zoomed in
The
on his
eye.
eye, and he looks, and you
Yeah.
can just see as soon as you
The
saw
spiral.
that spiral of light lasers, whatever. I was like, oh my god, it's Returnal 2. Now it's not Returnal 2, it's Saros,
But it's basically Returnal 2.
It's Returnal 2. So one of the quotes I read about this, yeah, so they said a key gameplay distinction between Saros and Returnal is permanent resources and progression, making every death valuable. After every death, you will face a changed world, but in Saros, you'll be able to choose and permanently upgrade your loadout from an evolving set of weapons and suit upgrades to come back stronger to overcome the challenges you face on Carcosa. So I think this is
yeah, but you could also do that in Returnal. That's a pretty standard staple of roguelites. Like you play, you die, but every time you get a little bit stronger for the next one. Now, I think in Returnal, it's been so long since I've played, other than like when you unlock the dash and then you unlock the sword, like new abilities, okay. But outside of that, I think the only way you improved was like your guns would get better. Next time you picked up that gun, I don't remember what the system was, but somehow like you know, it'd be like a level 2 gun instead of a level 1, and maybe it had more
right,
ammo or faster shooting.
but it was
something
still
like
random.
That. So,
it was random to
but it
what
was
you were going to
still
find in
like
the world.
right, but it was still like every time you play, you're probably going to be a little bit more leveled up than the time before. So I don't know. It may be a totally overhauled system compared to Returnal, but you could pretty much do that in Returnal too. But I don't know. I can't wait. I mean, this just I wasn't sold on Returnal until I actually played it, and then I was hooked.
Yeah.
I remember you got it, and I went over and you showed it to me, and I played it for a little. I think I played it for like 5-10 minutes at your house, and I was like, okay, I'm in. And I think honestly, that may have been the first. I think I played that before like Hades. I think that may have been the first roguelike game that I really like invested any time into. Um, this just one of my most anticipated games. I mean, besides GTA 6, besides Silk Song that may or may not be happening, like any kind of like Spider-Man 3 or Venom game, this is above that.
Yeah.
Probably above Wolverine.
I think that game is
we
just
don't really have a whole lot else to look forward to right now.
first.
It's above Ghost. Like,
yeah.
Other than GTA, this is maybe my most anticipated game right now. So I can't wait.
Yeah. The only thing I would,
yeah, it's day one for me.
yeah. The only thing I would say is we haven't seen gameplay yet, but because they've talked about
But
how
we-
it's
but
building
we-
off of
I mean-
Returnal. yeah. We
Yeah,
know what it's
we know
gonna be.
exactly what it's going to look like.
And they did say that
I'm prepared to get hurt again.
yes.
This game is just it's gonna break me. I know, but I can't wait. I'm ready.
They did say, so Housemarque said they are going to reveal the gameplay later this year. But going back to what we were saying about the roguelike thing, I think the thing that makes me think it's going to be different than Returnal, though, is they specifically say permanently upgrade your loadout from an evolving set of weapons. That makes it seem like you die and you land in the ship, and then it's like, okay, before I go back to this planet, I'm going to pick, my machine gun and a pulse rifle instead of last time I went with the pistol that's level 3 and the sniper rifle that's low. You know what I mean? That the fact that they
if
say
it's less
loadout,
random and you have more of a like with Hades where you could choose
exactly,
what weapon you want to start with or something. That alone, that was like my biggest complaint about Returnal is it was so RNG based. Like you don't know if you're going to get the weapons you like or not. If you can choose your loadout in this, oh God, now I can't wait.
Fantastic end of the show. It's coming out 2026. I got to think it actually is because I'm pretty sure Returnal was 2021. So that means they would have had 5 years to build this. I'm stoked. I think this looks awesome. I'm definitely, now that we know about 2 first-party games that have actually been officially revealed. Ghost supposedly coming this year. I don't really know. And then Saros coming out next year. I'm way more excited for Saros.
Intergalactic. Not sold on that yet either till we actually see what it is.
I think I'm sold.
I mean,
she had a freaking laser
it's
sword.
GTA 1, it's this 2, and then I don't know what 3 is. Maybe Intergalactic. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big drop off from 2 to 3 though. Like I'm stoked for this.
Yep.
Does this make you want to go back and play Returnal at all?
It made me think about
never
it.
Did the co-op thing.
I know it made me think about it, and then it made me go, "You stupid idiot! You were bad at that game." But then I was like, "Oh yeah, there's the co-op and the Tower of Sisyphus or whatever it was."
Yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't get past the second boss. I never got past him. After putting like, I must have put 15, 16 hours in this game, and I never got. It took me forever to get past Frikey or whatever the first boss was.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think I did beat the second boss. I got to the third level like one time, I think. But that was I never got to the fourth or the fifth. Like it was just never, it wasn't going to happen for me. I'm just not good enough. Like somehow I can beat Cyber Shadow, but I couldn't do Returnal. I don't know. Everybody's different. Makes the world go round. Don't know what I'm talking about. I thought it was a really good show. Again, just the fact that they revealed Saros at the end, that jumped it up a letter grade for me, no matter what you thought about the rest of the show. I like it a lot. Any final thoughts, Sean?
No. I mean, going through this, I feel like with as hyped as I am for this game, I would call the overall show a B, maybe a B plus. I think B minus was a little low. We got a lot here. And like part of the reason why I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to play is because there's so much on the horizon. And I just don't know where a lot of these games fall, but there's a lot of cool looking games coming. I just wish I wish we had more time.
Yeah. Speaking of Horizon Forbidden West was 22, right? That, God of War, and Elden Ring were all the same year, which is insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
I wonder when we're going to see Horizon 3. And the only reason I thought you said on the horizon, but then I got sad and I was like, oh my God, Lance Reddick. Like, what are they going to do with Silas? Like he's a gigantic part of that story. I don't know what they're going to do.
I feel like you can recast. I mean, I think he still has to look like Lance Reddick, but I feel like you can get somebody to do a pretty good version of the voice. Yeah.
All right, Sean, let's get to the wrap up. Take-Two, as I said earlier, has reconfirmed that GTA 6 is coming out this fall. I believe them. Sean's not so sure. I think he just doesn't want to get hurt. I think it's got to be coming out this year. I can't wait. PS5, it was announced, has surpassed 75 million units sold. It is barely behind the PS4's pace. I think the PS4 at the same point in time, it sold, I want to say it was like 76.4 million or something. So they're about a million behind, but clearly they're on their way to selling 100 million again, which is awesome for Sony. PSN was down for 24 hours on February 8th. Sony to say, I'm sorry, is giving all PS Plus subscribers an extra 5 days of service for free. And then I wrote LOL. Now, lucky for me, that's when Jordan and Daniel were in town. And I was like, no, I'm not going to play anything anyways. Or no, I wasn't. They weren't in town then. I just wasn't doing anything. So I was like, I don't really care that it's down into the bottom. I'm not trying to play it right now. So whatever. Oh, that was when Nick had his Metallica show. I think that's what it was. That was the day of all the shows, February 8th, because it was the day before the Super Bowl. So we had Eliza's show and then we had Nick's show. So that's why I didn't even care that it was down. There is a Death Stranding 2 panel happening at South by Southwest next month. Kojima will be there. It will be live streamed. Now, he's been hinting for a while that he's working on a new trailer. We all assumed it was going to be coming at State of Play. I guess this is why it wasn't at State of Play. Obviously, we're going to get a new trailer there. Coincidentally, last week, Death Stranding 2 was rated by South Korea's ESRB, whatever it's called there. This game might be like a first half game. This game might be just a couple months away. And you got to remember the first one came out in 2019. It's been almost 6 years. Now I know they did the director's
Wow.
cut and all that, and he's also working, I guess, on Fizzant, and he's working on Overdose or whatever it's called for Xbox with the freaky looking real people graphics that just weirds me out. But I'm very excited. Uh, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Sean, was listed on the eShop today or yesterday, I think it was, but then it disappeared and then it went back up. It's happening. It's going to happen. I'm finally going to get a score for it. I'm calling it right now. It has to be, all joking aside, it has to be at the Switch 2 games presentation at this point, right? I think that's why it showed up on the eShop. It has to be.
I don't know.
You don't want to get hurt.
So, but I'm also, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
So that's clearly coming out this year. So that's another game to add on top of GTA 6 and Metal Gear and Death Stranding. For me, Death Stranding. This game's this year is stupid. It's ridiculous. Astrobot won Game of the Year at the DICE Awards. Also, this was the award show where Greg Miller was so brave and so original by standing on stage and making a joke and then saying, fuck Donald Trump and fuck Elon Musk. He is so brave. We should all aspire to be someone like Greg Miller who doesn't ever want the spotlight to be on him. He just wants to change the world for the betterment of everybody. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Fuck Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Fuck Greg Miller. Okay. I'm not saying I like Donald Trump or Elon. I don't really give a shit either way. I hate everybody in politics. But fuck Greg Miller. You are such a shill. You are such a fake ass. And I love that on some of these podcasts that Jaffe has done with Colin. Like, he's let slip some stuff that, like, the Greg Miller that you people know, he's not always like that. Like, it's a front. Just so you know. You're all best friends. Fuck that. Anyways, Astrobot, good for them. It was also announced that Astrobot, this is something I can play in the meantime. I forgot. Astrobot's getting 5 new levels with new bots to find. It's in a new galaxy. It also got a PS5 Pro patch so you can play 4K 60 frames, highest everything. Also, PlayStation said it planning on releasing more family games like Astrobot. All of this makes me happy. Yes. I can't wait. But now I'm wondering, do I do like I did with the speed run and just wait till everything's out to play through it? Or do I
That's
play
what
it?
I'm going to do.
Okay. I'll do that too then. I won't play it 1 week at a time. Let's see. Jess is calling. She's probably like, what is taking so long? And I'm like, well, Sean's retarded. He couldn't turn his microphone on. Sean is retarded. I didn't actually write that. Elden Ring Night Rain, May 30th. Did you read any of these previews or anything?
I watched the video that I think Derek maybe put in the Discord.
Okay.
It looks pretty fun. It's definitely not Elden Ring, but it's also kind of Elden Ring. I don't know. I dig it. I don't know that I'm like 100% in, but I think I'm in. I don't know.
It does sound like I was reading some impressions and I was listening a little bit to what Max Dude was saying, and it seems like it is just completely different. Like it's very hack and slashy. It's very much speed based. It's very much like these runs only take like 30 to 40 minutes. So it's all about running. Like there's a super sprint button now, and it's all about going around as quickly as you can to get the stuff that you can to, you know what I mean? And then just being as strong as you can by the time you get to that boss, beating the boss, and then getting it as much stuff as you can again for the next run. And but before you get to the next boss, and then there's no fall damage. You can just jump from wherever. You can revive. If you die, nice. Yeah, if you die, your friends can bring you back to life, bring me to life. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Again, May 30th. Just announced today, The Last of Us Season 2 is April 13th. and they're showing all these posters, and it's like every choice has a consequence or whatever bullshit they're saying. They're gonna fucking do it. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe that they're actually gonna do this shit. I wrote, stupid Xbox is happy that they built an AI that can generate video game visuals and actions. So basically, they're happy that Xbox is just the worst. I don't know what else to say. A Switch 2 patent suggests that the Joy-Con can be connected upside down, which I guess makes sense if it's just the thing, because it's got a USB-C on both sides. So basically, they're saying you can connect. It looks like you can connect the Joy-Cons either way, and then. So, like, if you want to play your Switch plugged in, if you would rather have the USB-C at the top, you can do that, or at the bottom. But you can also flip it around, so you can dock it either way or something. I don't know. It's basically you can play it the way you want to play it if you want your, or not the. I didn't mean the charger. I meant the if you would rather have your, because there's only one headphone jack. So if you'd rather have the headphone jack on the top or the bottom, you can flip your Joy. You know what I'm saying.
I feel like the fact that there's even a headphone jack on it,
I know.
That just seemed like, what are we doing? It's 2025.
What year is it? Didn't it take them forever to patch in Bluetooth on the first Switch?
Yes.
Marvel Rivals director and other staff have been laid off, even though the game is a ginormic, not a ginormic, I made a new word, success. It's rumored that Fair Games has been delayed out of 2025 into 2026. I say, good job, because you can't afford to have this game.
Yeah.
You've got to give it your absolute best shot. Period. Learn everything that you screwed up with Concord. Make this game as good as it can be. I probably don't care either way, but at least for their sake, hopefully it's good. GTA 5 has passed 210 million copies sold now. It's just never going to stop. Red Dead Redemption has also hit 70 million. I don't even know.
One or two?
One.
Okay.
Because now it's out on Switch and it's out on PC. It's out, so it's getting a lot more sales.
Yeah.
Right. Alan Wake 2 has hit 2 million copies sold. It's finally profitable a year and a half after it came out. For as much love as that game got, it boggles my mind that it took that long to actually see a profit.
Yeah.
Sonic Cross Shadow Generations has hit 2 million copies sold as well. It was revealed that Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown sold 1.3 million copies. And then I wrote, but fuck you, you aren't getting another one. I think 1.3 million copies for that game is a very good thing. Like, that seems like an achievement to me. Pal World announced, or well, whoever they are, they announced that Pal World has hit 32 million players in the first year on the market. Civ 7 VR is coming to Quest 3 in spring 2025. Sean says he might actually be thinking.
I'm intrigued. This. I don't know the first thing about any of the Civ games, but in VR, I don't know. It just looks real cool. I hope there's a demo, because I don't know that I'm ready to commit. But if I can play a demo and be like, oh, okay, this is pretty sweet. Yeah. I could see getting it, but yeah, we'll see.
The Street Fighter live action movie has found its director, and it did get a date. It's out March 20th, 2026. Man, I really can't believe they're doing this again. Obviously, it's going to be nothing like the first one. I'm interested to see what they do with it. We'll see. We did also get the Mortal Kombat 2 movie logo. I think we got a date, but I didn't write it down. We got a date for it as well, right?
Was there a date?
I think it might be October. It's relatively soon, I think. I'm pretty sure it's this year. Dragon Quest 12, it was confirmed to still be in development, and they said that new info will be revealed little by little. It's not a good sign when you reveal the game's name so long ago in a logo that you have to say like 3 years later, hey, I promise we're still working on it. We have literally shown nothing.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Abandoned. I still have that installed on my PS5 just in case.
Silksong.
Oh, well, that too. Abandoned. I've still got it installed just in case. You never know. It might update. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves revealed Seasons 1 DLC characters. They include Andy Bogard, Ken, Joe Higashi, Chun-Li, and Mr. Big. Andy and Joe weren't just in the game? That is almost like if Ryu and Ken weren't in Street Fighter. I mean, well, no, because Terry's in there. So it'd be if Street Fighter 3 originally didn't have Ken. It was just Ryu. What are you laughing about? Oh, you look like you were laughing at me. You got a big old smug smile on your face. PS Plus extra games were announced for February. They include Jedi Survivor, Top Spin 2K25, Saga Frontier Remastered, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and more games. PS Plus Premium in February gets Patapon 3 and Dropship United Peace Force. Again, that is an AI generated title, I'm pretty sure. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 377, where we recorded 45 minutes later than we wanted to because Sean doesn't know how to turn on his microphone. But until the next time, Sean, then take us out. Funny guy.
Thank you for playing. Funny guy.